So this week we're going to talk about Atomic Habits, a really good book written by James Clear that I highly recommend. It affected me in a really positive way, and everybody I've shared the book with and has read it said it was amazing. It really affected their life as well as their business. A lot of positive feedback. So I want to talk to you today about some of the key concepts in the book. One is how habits compound. I want to talk about how the brain works a little bit. I want to talk about the difference between habits and goals, and the real value of habits is not just to get us better results, although habits do that. The real value of habits is they create and shape our identity. So let's get into it. James Clear talked about when he was growing up, he got into a baseball accident in high school, got hit in the face with a baseball bat, unfortunately, on an accident, and lost a lot of motor skills, had to relearn everything, how to study, how to walk, how to do a lot of different things. And that's when he really started figuring out habits and small incremental gains is really how we accomplish things. We don't try and do big leaps at once. It's very small. And so atomic habits, by the way, a lot of people don't understand the meaning of the word atomic is very small. So we're not talking about big things. We're talking about very tiny changes, but a lot of them added up into a system of living will actually have tremendous results in your life. So I love that. I love the content of the book. And one of the things to understand is how the brain works. He talks a lot about when he had a brain injury from his baseball incident, it really changed the way he looked at things. There's two main parts of the brain I want you to understand. One is the amygdala, which is what we call our ancient brain or our reptilian brain. The amygdala is all about emotion. There is no vocabulary or language in the amygdala, but it is always the first filter. So if you're looking to do something, if you're talking to a person, you're starting a business, you meet somebody new, the first filter is the amygdala. Is there a threat here? Is this something I should be worried about? And if it's not, then it goes to the prefrontal cortex or the executive brain where we think the logic part of it. Then it's like, okay, what can I do? But we need to understand all decisions pass through the amygdala first. All decisions are emotional first. Then we like to justify them with logic. So when we think about habits, we have to start thinking about what habits do we have right now, right? And if you want to start thinking about habits and changing anything in your life, you want to change your fitness or your diet, your exercise regime, your relationships, your business, we have to understand what are we already doing, right? What habits do we already have? The only way to change a habit is to bring it to our consciousness and bring it to our awareness, because that's the good and the bad about habits, right? They're unconscious. We do them without thinking. So if we have bad habits, it's going to be really hard to change those unless we bring them to our awareness. So let's talk about a little bit about a lot of changes in small ways that add up to big results.